My first time all by myself because I lived in the United States for a year in 2002 with my parents, and then in Honduras there is another Latin American country for 2 years. So I was a little bit excited, but I was afraid because I was alone.
Okay, my voice is had enough. I came here almost 2 years ago also, the same day. This is my 5th time living abroad. Yeah, the first 2 times were in United States, and then I moved to Russia, and then to Saudi Arabia, and then to Taiwan. And what else? Yeah, that's it.
Now, impressions about her.
Now, my dad came to Taiwan 3 years ago, and he took a lot of pictures so I can see them. So when I came to Taiwan, I had like impression about the city. But the first thing that I hate about Taiwan, it was that the day that we came, it was raining.
Yeah.
So it was so hot and it was like humid and it was like very uncomfortable because we came with a long flight. Then the first thing that I ate here, it was dumpling. Yes, for our breakfast. And I really love it since the first day. And I eat it like every day because I really like it. But then the food, I was like a little bit afraid about eating Taiwanese food because it wasn't like I was expecting. We have a lot of food in Latin America and in the US, but I don't know why it doesn't seem like the Taiwanese food. Maybe because it's from Canton or it's an Occidental Chinese food, but it's not the same. So I was afraid. And my best friend, he's also from El Salvador, he really doesn't like Taiwanese food. So when we started the classes, we spent like a whole month eating just McDonald's. Then I was like so worried about McDonald's, and then I started to eat Taiwanese food, and I really like it, and I get used to it.
Well, for me, it took a longer time. When I came to Taiwan, I spent a whole year without eating and drinking anything of Taiwanese food and drinks. Even the drinks, I didn't drink anything here. I start eating Taiwanese food when I start classes in our department. And at first, because I'm a little picky with the food, I don't eat many things, and I was a little afraid what to eat. But when I saw myself living alone and I don't have a kitchen, I don't have anything, I just got accustomed and I said, okay, I'm gonna be brave myself, and I'm going to encourage myself to go to eat Taiwanese food.
And now are you getting used to it?
Yeah, I already got used to it.
About the traffic, well, my country is a little bit smaller than Taiwan, but we are just 6 million people. So we're not like so overpopulated as Taiwan it is. But so we just got the public system transportation that are buses, and if you don't like to take the bus, you can drive a car. For example, in my family, everyone drives a car. I know how to drive the car. Well, I think I still remember. So I wasn't like so used to take the bus or even the MRT. But when I was in Washington D.C., I took the MRT. But I think the Taiwanese MRT is more simple. Yeah, it's very easy to adapt. And I don't think that you need a car here in Taiwan because you can take the bus or the MRT and everything is very convenient.
In Taipei.
Yeah, in Taipei. But if you want to go to the south or to the north, you can take the train. Because we don't have train also. So I think it's very easy to get along in Taiwan. And the other thing that was very funny for me was the scooters and the motorcycles. I really enjoyed to see the traffic and a lot of the motorcycles. Then, here in Taiwan was my first time that I ride a motorcycle. I wasn't like driving the motorcycle, I was riding the motorcycle. I was with a friend, but it was a very exciting experience.
Well, in my case, in my country, the transportation, the public transportation is not as convenient as Taiwanese, and here it's very, very, very much convenient, even more than sometimes in US like New York. For example, the MRT in New York is very complicated. Sometimes you need to be sure and make sure where you're going to, because if you take the wrong line, you can go to a wrong point in the United States. And to go to a wrong point in the United States, it's cross Taiwan. So it's like cross your country. Yeah, so you need to make sure of that. About the motorcycle and other public transportation in my country, there are a lot also. But in my country, we already believe that our public transportation is extremely dangerous. But our public transportation is not the middle of danger as Taiwan is. It's here, Taikapa. Yes, and it's too much. You can see everywhere and anybody cares. 那我用简单中文跟他们说，台湾人觉得有绿灯我就可以往前走，所以这个太可怕了。Yeah, it's too scary here. But I think it's we already get accustomed to it because we don't take a lot of transportation because we spend all the day. For example, myself, I spend all the day at the school every day, so it's not too much.
Do you have any culture shock or something?
Culture shock. I had some Taiwanese friends before, so I did know that you don't like the touching, and because, for example, if I see Paul in the street, I will hug him and maybe kiss him, and it doesn't mean that we are boyfriend and girlfriend. Or, no, we don't have like that relationship. But I know that you Taiwanese doesn't like it, so I did know when I came here that I didn't have to do that. And now that, for example, if I see Paul, it's going to be like, hey, I'm kidding. Because it's Taiwanese. Then I think the most shocking thing was the language. When I came here, I didn't know even like to say ni hao. And I remember that I asked to a friend how to say thank you, and he said 谢谢. So I was like, oh, okay, 谢谢. Then I went, how do you say that? 谢谢? 不是, 谢谢. Yeah. And then when we started classes in the language center, I said, no, this is not a language for me. I really like to write Chinese characters, but I very easy forget about it. I don't know how to write on the computer and speak, but I really forget how to write the characters. Then I'm not much a talking person, so last year I wasn't talking a lot of Chinese, and I can understand, I can read, but the talking is like 说不出来. Doesn't come out, but now it's getting better.
Well, for me, the biggest culture shock that I get in here, I think was the education system. When I was in my country and in the US, also I studied in the university. So when I came here, that I saw your list of credits, for example, 你们的毕业学分只要128个。但是我们国家的毕业学分是275，所以我们 when I saw those a very very few and small amount of credit, I was extremely shocked, like, oh, what I'm going to do, and that it becomes like the situation that I'm in now. Now, although I'm your classmate from the same group, I'm not taking class with you because of that confrontation in the credits level. And at the second part, our behavior changed when we came to Taiwan. It's true. In the past, we were a lot of more 热情. Yeah. In the past, for example, now you see a friend, you just say, okay, hi. Yeah. It happened to me. I was in a meeting with the American ambassador in Taiwan last week. And he saw us, I said, hi. Yeah, and it's getting weird and weird to me because now I'm totally not accustomed to shake hands and give a hug and anything like that. But it's quite interesting because I've lived in other countries before. But the difference with Taiwanese is like, for example, the Chinese. The Chinese has a problem for foreigners. Is the only way that you can speak a good Chinese is practicing and go to speak with you. Because the Chinese that the professor and the teacher taught us in the language center, it's totally different at the Chinese that you normally speak. So if we don't get in contact with the normal Taiwanese people and try to get in a conversation with them, you're never going to improve your Chinese, something like that.
Anything that you like Taiwan most? Or what you like Taiwan most?
The thing that I like the most about Taiwan is the development level that it has. Because in the western part, we used to think that the best things are the United States and Europe. And that's like the highest development that a country can achieve. But we don't realize that Asian countries are also well developed. And it's not just economic development. You have like a mental development. For example, the respect that you want to take the MRT and you're making a line. That's things that you don't see it in the United States or in Europe. That if you see an adult person and you're sitting in the MRT, you're going to stand up and give him the seat. So I think that's one of the most things that I like about Taiwan.
Well, about Taiwan, I got two things. The first one is the people. Taiwanese are very kindful and extremely kind. Yeah. And the second one is the organization of the system here. The system here is very organized. When I say system, I say government, your laws, everything. For example, if in Taiwan there comes up a problem or something like that, it's very easy to solve it because you have very strict laws and very strict system, and that makes your country a little safer, a little easy to live. Because, for example, in my country, the crime violence rate is very high. For example, in my country, every day they are killing people, they are making a lot of struggles and a lot of bad stuff. So we get into a lot of problem every day. But in Taiwan, it's so peaceful. You can live in peace with everyone. And the Taiwanese culture is always like to treat good in a good manner to your similar, your friends or the people that surround you. That's one of the things I most like.